Hi, everybody. Welcome. Let's get started. It looks like today is going to be a pickin' day. It's cold this morning. Ugh. Good morning, everyone. Right now in Plampton, it's 9:19 a.m. on Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. This. Uh-oh. Sorry, I had to sneeze. This may not count as news, but I do have a cautionary tale of sorts to share. Occasionally, residents complain that they purchased a work of art only to later realize it's, well, fake. They all note that the fakes were purchased from a boat anchored along the northern shore. What you do with your bells is your business, but I ask that you please be wary of this boat. Stay vigilant. That's all for now. I hope you all enjoy the loveliest of lovely days. Okay, let me get old Red pulled up here. What was I saying, Chef? Sometimes when I'm writing notes like this one, I forget what I was writing, and it just goes nowhere for a while. And the next thing I know, I've sent it. Does that ever happen to you? Wait, what? Rosie? Okay. Let's see, Sarah and Pigtails, I guess. Oh my gosh. That's not gonna do it for me. I thought it'd been something a little cuter. But, no. Oh well, for my character, it's not good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is see if there's any real paintings or statues at Red's. Oh wow, got quite a bit here. Then we'll go to the museum and see if is this what happens when I don't check for fossils in a while? I've never seen them packed in like that before. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that happen before. Okay. Let's see this. It's a serene Yeah, that's a ferret, isn't it? I love ferrets. I used to own two of them. Okay. I'm gonna go see if I actually uh, uh, donated a serene painting before. Since you can only donate one thing, might as well go with the first real thing you find. I mean, buy one thing. Okay. Yeah, an update on my Switch this morning. And for a second there, I thought that my Switch was getting the Animal Crossing update. But then I remember that's coming out in January. But yeah, I decided not to, with everybody's help, of course, decided not to uh, transfer my stuff over. Yeah, the funny thing is that there's a bunch of articles coming out, and it said Animal Crossing New Horizons coming to the Switch too, and you should not transfer your data over there. The funny thing is I had a choice whether to play it on the Switch or the Switch 2. I figured if, as long as all the other games that I want to play are backwards compatible with the Switch 2, then I don't really have much of a reason to play on the Switch 1. So I thought, well, I'll just dedicate my Switch 1 now to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Okay. We're gonna buy the Serene painting. Yeah. We're almost there. Yeah, last night I watched a couple of episodes of this really old show called Flash Gordon, and it honestly kind of surprised me because, you know, Flash Gordon in these first couple of episodes, he's like supposed to be this huge deal, and believe me, they talk old Flash Gordon up. I could not see what the thing is. I'm honestly surprised that he lived as long as he has. It's like one of those things where they talk about how great he is, but then the first adventure you see him on, he nearly dies and only luckily survives somehow. Also, the way this show started, I thought that it took place back in, you know, the time it was made. It's like the 1940s. And I have no idea if this is like an alternate timeline where technology really advanced in the 40s, or if you know, this is in the future and everything looks like it's stuck in the 40s. It's probably one of those things where they just didn't put a lot of thought into the time period. They also do this thing where there's this lady who is Flash Gordon's assistant, but the she tries to act tough, but they do that thing where if somebody's going to run into trouble, eventually it's going to be her. And sure enough, she fell off a mountain. I'm laughing, but she didn't die. But I'm not a fan of that sort of thing because, it's just setting up Flash Gordon to be a hero again without, really doing anything to earn the title other than, saving her. And by the way, I'm not sitting there saying, oh, they should have just let her die. I'm not saying that's gruesome. Believe me, I'm not. I'm just, they could have done this anyway, but well, maybe back then it wasn't considered a cliche, but it's kind of hard to believe because that's like the go-to thing. It's like, oh, we're gonna enter the enemy's base. Who are we gonna bring? We'll bring a couple of soldiers and my personal lady assistant. I wonder who's gonna get captured. Like you can see it coming. That's my thing. I remember I saw this one movie and it irritated me because every time this lady asked a question, she always pointed to her head. That always bugged me. It's like, I don't know. Like, I get that there's insert characters, or not insert, but characters in the show or a movie. They'll ask the questions they know their audience will ask. But, sometimes I think it's done in this way where it doesn't seem natural. Like an assistant to a scientist asking, what is DNA? It's like, you're an assistant to a scientist. You don't know what DNA is? Like, with Freerun, for instance, I think that they handle those sort of things easier. I mean, better. Because, I think in a world like that, you're not going to know everything, or you're not going to look at something the same way as everybody else. Like, I remember that one time Ubel, who's in this dungeon, and she sees this one girl. I forget her name. I want to say Senza, but I might be wrong about that. I'm not good with names. She knew that she could defeat Senza because she could visualize it, and she explained that's magic, it's about visualization. And sure enough, she easily defeated her. But I like that because they don't look at not everybody looks at magic like it's visualization. It's like Danken and this other guy, Ubel calls him Four Eyes. They knew that they couldn't defeat her, but they weren't like visualizing it the way Ubel was. And she told them that it's about visualization. So that's it. Like, I do like how sometimes in these old movies they kind of surprise you. Like, I've seen a few uh, movies where they don't treat the lady like she's an idiot. Like I've seen black and white shows with female doctors and stuff, and you know, they're not the nurses or the assistants, so I appreciate that sort of thing. Like I always loved the Addams Family because, uh, besides the spooky stuff, they said that that was the most realistic family you'd see on television at the time. I mean, couples did not sleep in double beds, and they showed affection for each other. Like, if you knew nothing about the the Dick Van Dyke Show, and you saw Dick Van Dyke and Mary Tyler Moore together, you wouldn't think that they were married until they like gave a peck on the lips. Like they did kiss, but it was not the it definitely was a stage kiss, and you can tell because their lips are like pierced together. Definitely not intimate, but there are times that they do act intimate, but it rare. I feel. Although I admit I haven't watched every single episode of Dick Van Dyke Show. If I have, I'm not remembering it. Honestly, I bet people who signed up for my YouTube channel never thought they'd hear somebody talk about old shows and movies and stuff. But I like that sort of thing. I'm super glad to see you make it easy to forget about my crushing debts. Well, you're welcome. But yeah, I only watched like 2 episodes, maybe 1.5 episodes of Flash Gordon. I'll tell people why here in 1 second. I wanted to kind of put myself into that world of Flash Gordon and stuff, because I had an idea for a story I'd like to tell, and I wanted to kind of put myself in that world and see what kind of stuff that they talked about stuff. I want to be original, of course. I'm not gonna rip them off or anything like that, but I was just curious. Like, see, I don't know if Flash Gordon actually travels through space or if everything that's happening takes place on Earth. But this is just the show, the current show I'm watching. Okay. But my idea at the beginning takes place on Earth. But Earth has been ravaged, with war and pollution and, all that fun stuff. And everybody lives in these giant protective bubbles on Earth. And um, Art Deco, if you've ever heard of that, that's sort of like the what a lot of the buildings on Earth look like. Anyways, there's this girl who lives in one of these protective bubbles. She's going to be like 16 or 17, and she's been living in these protective bubbles her entire life, and she wants to get out there and travel to other planets where other people are and stuff like that. So, but her parents won't let her, and she decides that she's just going to do it. She knows a place where uh, ships go, and she was going to sneak into one of the ships and see where it took her. Unfortunately for her, it takes her to the moon, and that's where we're dumping trash and big heaps of it. And she gets dumped on the moon, and there's no way for her to get back into a ship. She's basically stuck in this other place. And I go into details about the moon and the Earth while I'm writing these stories. So, but yeah, she's trapped there now, and the big issue is that there's no other ships that she can board to leave because everything gets dumped from the air, and she even admits that she's probably lucky she didn't get killed, coming down. Anyways, when she starts looking around, she finds this old vehicle. That's the best way to put it. That used to belong to a superheroine who used to travel from planet to planet, helping people out. But she disappeared years ago, and nobody knows where she went. And this girl found her rocket, and she sort of takes up the mantle. But she can't leave the moon because something is interfering with her, and she and this robot AI who was near the superheroine's rocket, they have to figure out what's stopping the rocket from taking off. So I got the basic idea of the first story I want to tell, but what I want to do is, this isn't going to be just like Flash Gordon, but with a girl. It's going to be a horror comedy. It's definitely not going to be a pretty story, but I thought that would be fun. I like that sort of thing. Like I've come up with horror stories for magical girls. That one was actually inspired by Silent Hill 3. If you go through the game, I think you have to use this special weapon, these eye lasers that Heather Morris gets, or Mason gets after a certain amount of kills and stuff in the game. If you use those eye beams and kill enemies, when you get back to her apartment, you get the UFO ending. And then you get this like magical girl outfit, which has a transformation sequence, which I loved. Anyways, I used to think that there had to be another ending besides that one if you wear the magical girl outfit. So I went through the game with magical Heather Mason, and sure enough, nothing changes after if you don't get the UFO ending. Went all the way through the game dressed like the magical girl. Everything was the same. Everything was taken seriously. And I started thinking, maybe a magical girl horror story could work. But I wouldn't want to make something like uh, Magica Madoka. I messed that title up. I mean, I love the show. I have everything, the movies, both series. Just I don't think that it would be a good fit for what I want to do. I'd also want to make it like an RPG as well. I love RPGs more than regular games half the time, so I'm always trying to find a way to do that. But yeah, I get inspired sometimes, and sometimes I like to see what other people have done before I start writing. Not to copy it, but just to sort of get into that world, so mine feels at least a little authentic. There was this one lady at the library. I remember. Uh, she she was incredibly rude. I have no idea what her issue is, and you could kind of see it from other people that she would pop off and then she would just stare at you like she's waiting for you to have a problem with her. And she was actually fired at some point, but it definitely wasn't because of me. It was just I think maybe I was around the final straw with her. I was renting some movies, and she started naming off all the titles of the movies that I was renting, and I definitely did not want to be, like the center of attention there. And I, I left with everything, and I came back, and I had the movie sitting on the counter with my library card, and the librarian who was in charge of the library, she actually sent me my card back and apologized. But I didn't go back right away. But finally I did after my dad asked me to go get some movies for us. So I put everything back. I mean, I went down there, and she was gone, and the librarian was there, and she apologized again and said that that lady was no longer working there. Said I was not the first person to turn in my library card. But anyway. Yeah, that was like years ago. I actually stopped going to the library so much after my dad died. I used to go there just to get out and do some writing. I had this like little room where I used to sit and work on stuff. And one day I went up there and the room had been completely cleaned out. And I went upstairs to do the work, and I noticed my private office had been cleaned out, and they started laughing. It's like I can take a hint, but I knew it wasn't against me or anything. So well, we're almost done here, but I'm probably not going to go to work. Just maybe mess around here for a while. It's been a while, Sarah. I was worried that I might have offended you or something. Anyway, nice to see you again. Everything okay, Mew? Let's chat. Oh, that reminds me. I had the craziest dream last night, and you were there, Sarah. You and I were about to embark on a road trip, or were on a boat. I've completely forgotten. Isn't it funny how the memory of a dream can just vanish in an instant? Yes, it is. I had a weird dream not long ago where I was driving a bus, and everybody in my town was there in the bus, but I only knew that. I didn't see everybody. Everybody in my town, and this had to have been a big bus because there's more than 20 people here. We were driving down the road, and suddenly I stopped, and everybody was just not on the bus anymore. We were outside on the ground, and we were walking up to the store, and it was on fire. And I heard one of the workers there, who's actually the lady who gave me uni. She seemed pretty upset about it, and then my dream ended. I have no idea why I had a dream, except a vehicle had actually slammed into the dollar store not that long ago. Yeah, that's the store I was talking about, dollar store. And it put a big dent in the side. Maybe that's what caused my dream. Oh, nice to see you again, Mew. Let's talk. Hey, have you ever been inside Lolly's house? The way it's decorated in there, it seems so Lolly. Like, who lived there even if she hadn't invited you inside. Oh, bagworm. Hey, baby. One of my favorite animes I like to watch is Princess Principal. If you haven't seen it, it actually has some of my favorite episodes that I like to watch, like, randomly. Like, the funny thing is that most of my favorite episodes of that show actually revolve around this Japanese girl. I forget her name, though. Like, one episode I really love is the laundry episode. We see a different, lifestyle in this kingdom. But basically, the girls have to work at a laundromat so they can find out who this person who uses gas to kill people. And they knew that the residue would be found on his outfit. I mean, his uniform. But until they find it, the episode is basically about this laundromat and about how the girls improve the laundromat and get to know the other girls. Like that Japanese girl. I wish I knew her name. I'm saying girls a lot here. She thinks that the laundromat girls are being lazy until I'll be right back. Sorry, I think somebody's at my house. Okay, sorry. I heard a whistling noise. I thought somebody was at my house. But anyway, that Japanese girl thinks that they're being lazy and because they keep taking breaks. And that stops when one of the pipes come loose, catches fire, and this one girl's arm catches fire too, and they have to put them both out. And then the head laundromat girl says that's why they have to take breaks. If they don't, then they have to deal with that all the time. And I like that because it's I don't know, it shows this thing where it's not always about laziness or refusing to do work. It's sometimes there's a reason they can't do something, and it's hard to explain. I don't want to get weird about it, but I do like that that episode, because that, the Japanese girl learned something, that it's, her coworkers aren't lazy. They have to be safe. Uh-oh. Blah. I gotta do something to feel better. Maybe I need some medicine. I'm on it. Poor Bob. But, yeah. The other episode I love, again, involves that Japanese, girl. And it's more like a journal entry being written, where we hear about things going on from her perspective. And and yep, there is definitely some racism going on in the episode. I will not repeat the words, but these one boys are just very openly racist. And what was it? She challenges like a couple of people to a duel, in a funny way. But the princess, she actually teaches the girl how to challenge somebody appropriately to a duel and stuff. Oh, I forgot the medicine. I always love that part, because I think her name's Chica, the Japanese girl. I could be wrong about that. I hope I'm not. But she she challenged this one girl to a duel, and threw a radish at her. And then they did this little sword fight duel. And then with that one boy, the racist, she challenges him appropriately to a duel, but they try to cheat. But I loved the outcome. It was good. There are other great episodes. Honestly, the whole show is great. My brain's foggy, legs are wibbly, head's all clogged up. I'm like the living definition of total blob. Take this medicine. Medicine? Oh man, did you bring that for me? Thank you. Huh. That doesn't taste like snacks, but it doesn't taste bad either. Woo. I think I feel a little better. That medicine must be working. Hey, let me give you this as thanks. A Madsen Pushi. Enjoy it. Thanks so much. You made a total downer of a day. A not total downer of a day. I'm just doing my job. Cool. Oh my gosh, I have such good taste. I'm basically a DIY trendsetter. Oh, hello. Something on your mind, chef? What are you making? Ahem. Well, I'm making some cherry speakers. I dreamt the idea when I fell asleep watching. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They had a OVAs or movies of Princess Principal come out, and the last one ended in such a way that I cannot wait to see how everything ends. It's same with Girls in Panzer. That OVA is finally coming out next year. I have it already pre-ordered and everything. Just, man, the way the last one ended, it's like, how are they gonna get out of that one? But of course, yeah, they do. They have to. But what I love about Girls und Panzer is that this time you have the OVAs, and they got another series coming out too. So can't wait for that. But anyway, they they they're not actually fighting for a huge serious thing. Like this one girl might get held back a year, and that's why they're fighting. But at the same time, getting held back isn't always a bad thing. I know it seems like it would be, but it's honestly not. I mean, if you got another year to go through school, and it's not like a struggle on your parents or anything, then it's not a bad thing. I I uh, I got held back a year, and my dad actually said that. I was like, it's a good thing. You get another year of education. But I feel like they kind of messed me over. I used to be in this program, and it was definitely influenced by the No Children Left Behind thing. And I never got held back once. But then at my final year of high school, uh, they said, "Hey, guess who doesn't have any issues anymore? That's right, you, and you're out of the program." So, yeah, I wasn't embarrassed or anything about going through school another year. But, towards the end of that year, I was ready to get out. Used to have nightmares that the bus to school would come up to my house and tell me that I hadn't actually graduated, that I have to go back. But they never told me how long I had to go back. I had that dream like twice in one night. So on Monday, when school would start for everybody else, I actually went outside and I sat on the porch steps and saw the bus just drive right past my house. Well, I did stop once, and he said, "I thought you graduated." The bus driver said that. It's like, I did. I'm just out here for fresh air. And they laughed and drove off. It's funny, in a way. If I could go back now, all the way to kindergarten, just by snapping my fingers, I would. It's funny because I feel like I would take it more seriously if I had the mindset I have now. I'm not saying I wouldn't have ended up back where I am now, but I definitely would do a bunch of things differently. That's for sure. But I digress. Let's put these bells in the bank. blow my nostrils. Okay. Let's do 230. Okay, yeah, that's good. My skin started crawling earlier for some weird reason. Itchy. I wasn't reading anything scary, so I'm not sure what creeped me out. Oh, I see. I will lift the curse from you. I caught a flea. The curse is lifted. Oh no, a flea? To think a flea'd be on me, kitty cat. I'm just glad it was you that found it, Pumpkin. Thanks. I love you, Kiki. You're so cute. Anka. No. I was just thinking how lovely it would be to see you. Meow. Here is a gift. For me? You shouldn't have. Well, look at that. It's a golden watering can. Well, how practical of you. I'm sure I'll put this to good use. Well, I can't let you go away empty-handed now. Here, take this, a baby romper. I'm not into that. Come on, Kiki. You gorgeous little... Use the golden one, Kiki. Come on. I'm not actually going to work. I'm just going to check what's being sold. Fly. Okay. Touchdown like learning new stuff in a blowtorch. We are parked and proud. Give it quack to wing back. Sahara. Wish there was an option just to buy everything in their stock. I know I don't have I wouldn't have enough money to buy everything, but it's an option. Or his stock. Sahara stock gets bigger over time. Like you buy a certain amount, eventually they carry more. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go to work, but not actually do work. I did play Fallout 76 yesterday. I actually got done with several miscellaneous quests and stuff. I have to fight this one monster, and it kept beating me handedly. So I feel like I just need to go in with my brother or something. I don't know. I gotta buy the Barbie. I'll definitely return. Okay. I'll put this stuff away and deposit my pokey, and that'll be about it. Well, we got the fruit picked and money stored, so it wasn't a complete waste. Actually, I think I know how to make cherry speakers, but we'll see. Yep. All right, let's wrap it up. Actually, I have a couple of things coming in the mail today, and one of them I'm hoping lets me stretch my legs out a bit. But anyways, I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you haven't already, please think about subscribing and hitting the bell notification so you don't miss a single episode. Also, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment if you liked what you saw. And I will see everybody later. Tell your friends and enemies all about it. Bye.